This was narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari chapter 6. Abu Sufyan told Heraclius that he had received a message from him while he was traveling with a group of merchants from Quraysh. They were doing business in a place called Sham, and at the time Muhammad had made peace with Abu Sufyan and other non-believers from Quraysh. Abu Sufyan and his companions went to visit Heraclius in the city of Elia. Heraclius then said, "Bring him close to me," and have his companion stand behind him, and instructed the translator to tell Abu Sufyan's companions that he wanted to ask him some questions about Muhammad and to contradict him if he lies. Abu Sufyan later shared with a friend that if it wasn't for fear of being labeled a liar by his companions, he would have lied about Muhammad. The conversation then went on like this. Heraclius: "What is his family status among you?" Abu Sufyan: "He belongs to a noble family among us." Heraclius: "Has anyone else among you before him ever claimed to be a prophet?" Abu Sufyan: "No." Heraclius: "Was anyone among his ancestors a king?" Abu Sufyan: "No." Heraclius: "Are the strong and powerful following him or the weak and poor?" Abu Sufyan: "It is the weak and poor that are following him." Heraclius: "Are his followers increasing or decreasing day by day?" Abu Sufyan: "They are increasing." Heraclius: "Does anyone among those who embrace his religion become displeased and leave the religion afterwards?" Abu Sufyan: "No." Heraclius: "Have you ever accused him of telling lies before his claim to be a prophet?" Abu Sufyan: "No." Heraclius: "Does he ever betray or is he treacherous in his agreements?" Abu Sufyan: "No, we are at truce with him, but we do not know what he will do in it." Heraclius: "Have you ever had a fight with him?" Abu Sufyan: "Yes." Heraclius: "What was the outcome of your battles with him?" Abu Sufyan: "The fighting between him and us was undecided, and victory was shared between him and us by turns." Heraclius: "What does he order you to do?" Abu Sufyan: "He tells us to only worship God and not to have any other gods, and to stop following what our ancestors had said. He also tells us to pray, be honest, be morally upright, and maintain good relationships with our family and relatives." Heraclius asked the translator to convey to Abu Sufyan the following: "I asked you about the Prophet's family status and you said that he comes from a noble family. In fact, all messengers come from noble families among their respective peoples. I asked you if anyone else among you had claimed to be a prophet and you said no. If you had said yes, I would have thought that this person was copying what someone else had said. I also asked you if any of his ancestors were kings and you said no. If you had said yes, I would have thought that he was trying to reclaim his family's kingdom. I also asked you if he had ever been accused of lying before claiming to be a prophet and you said no. This makes me wonder how someone who doesn't lie about others could ever lie about God. I asked you if the rich or the poor followed him, and you said the poor do. This is typical as the poor usually follow messengers. I asked if his followers were increasing or decreasing and you said they were increasing. This is a sign of a true faith growing. I asked if anyone who accepts his religion later became unhappy with it and left, you said no. This is also a sign of a true faith as it brings happiness to people's hearts. I asked you if he ever broke his promises and you said no. This is something that messengers never do. I asked you what he tells you to do and you said he tells you to worship only God and not to worship anything else, to not worship idols, to pray, to speak the truth, and to be good people. If what you say is true, then he will soon take over the place where I am sitting. I knew from our texts that he would come, but I did not know he would be from your people. If I could, I would go and meet him right now and even wash his feet." Heraclius then asked to see the letter sent by the Prophet Muhammad to him. The letter was brought by Dihya al-Kalbi to the governor of Basra, who gave it to Heraclius. The letter said, "In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful." This letter is from Muhammad, servant of God and his messenger, to Heraclius, ruler of the Byzantines. Peace be upon those who follow the right path. I call you to join Islam. If you do, you will have peace. God will give you twice the reward. But if you turn away, then you will have the sin of your people on you. O people of the book, come to common terms as between us and you, to worship none but God, to associate no partners with him, and to not appoint any lords or patrons other than God. If you turn away, know that we submit to God's will and bear witness that we are Muslims. Abu Sufyan recounted to Ibn Abbas that upon finishing his speech and reading the letter, there was a commotion and many voices in the court, leading to them being asked to leave. It is possible that Heraclius secretly accepted Islam, but was unable to declare it publicly out of fear of rebellion among his people. After considering all aspects of the Prophet's life, he became convinced that Muhammad was a great man, if not the messenger of God.